Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 74, MJ38 show. Co-host, host, Justin, Matthew. Hopefully your life's going beautifully. If not, we're going to make it better. Regardless, we're here for you. I'm here for it. Hopefully you're here for it too. We're in this thought tank, this think tank, this thought pool.
Present for it.
It's a hot tub right now. It's a hot tub. It's a vibe hot tub. It just feels good in a hot tub, man. Yeah, the vibe tub.
Hot tub does feel good.
Right.
All the time.
It's like therapeutic. Or didn't your mom get like a discount on a hot tub for like medical reasons?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What's up with that? It's because it just feels that good, or helps with like your muscle spasms, or
I guess if you like
muscle recovery
through your insurance, if you can get your doctor to recommend that a hot tub would be like good for you some way or another, then like the insurance will help like cover some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like a finesse when we were doing it.
That's a finesse. That's a finesse.
Hey, I don't know. You get the stamp. I don't know who.
Mm-hmm.
Is that on you or the doctor at that point? I don't know. Or who approved it from the insurance? Is it on that guy? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I wonder if you can get like medically prescribed massages or discounts on massages, because that shit's definitely helps your whole life.
Probably depends on how good your insurance is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you finesse for me, Mr. Insurance Man?
I saw an HEB. It was like, apply for Medicare. It works for Lifetime Fitness. I was like, what?
Oh yeah, look at your gym memberships and stuff too.
Dude, you get Lifetime Fitness for like freezies?
Hell yeah.
It's like, that means it's for the really rich and the really poor. So, if you can afford it or you definitely can't, you can get in there.
Get in there.
That's cool.
Come on, give me the golds, baby. That was definitely a thing of golds. But
right.
Call to action up in the front end. Like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe. Do it.
Subscribe, motherfucker.
Do it.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Subscribe, motherfucker.
Subscribe, motherfucker.
Sunrise, motherfucker.
Yeah, pause. We'll wait.
Go ahead.
We're going to drag the mouse down.
Takes one click.
1
second. And it helps a lot. It means a lot.
It goes so far for us.
I didn't really know how much it meant, until we were on the other side. Most of the time, you're just a consumer of social media and YouTube, for the most part. But once you become a proprietor or become one of the suppliers of the media, it's like, oh shit, that matters.
Yes.
And it's like just one little click. How many things that you watch that you don't subscribe to? So many.
Like all of them.
Pretty much all of it. Pretty much everything. I guess I remember having that thought, and then I subscribed to like Jordan Peterson and to like Jeff Nippert and a couple other like fitness influencers, and then now I've subscribed to a couple of different like podcasters that I like want to support. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's more than just like watching or consuming the content is one thing, but then like subscribing, it's like such a small additional step.
Yeah,
but it's like the bottom line for them. It is their bottom line. It's like the revenue.
Yeah,
they're trying to be profitable.
We're not even asking you to buy merch right now.
Mm-hmm.
In this moment, all we're asking for
if you'd
is
like to. We got merch to buy.
yeah. But this moment, all you gotta do is subscribe.
It's just free. That's a freezies.
It's almost like an evaluation of your company. It's like, well, how many subscribers do you have?
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the new like metric to determine whether or not something is worth the social media. Or I guess it used to be like marketing dollars were spent so you could like get viewers watching your commercial, or you would go to a popular channel that had a lot of people watching that channel, and then that would determine how much money you would be able to pay or would be willing to pay them to get your advertisement on there. And now it's like subscribers are king, followers. I guess, and also on top of that, like engagement, because you could have a whole bunch of bot followers. You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of bot subscribers.
That's the second question. First question is, how many do you got?
Yeah.
Second question, how many are active? Or
how many are active and engaging actively, continually on your shit?
But 800,000 subscribers will get you in a lot of doors.
Big time.
Yeah, that'll open up some shit for you.
That was the thing, because we were in the restaurant industry, and that was the thing because we opened a new restaurant, and then also my wife was working. She opened a new restaurant.
He dropped the wife. That was hard.
That's one thing that's definitely changed in the last month or so. I was like, that's hard.
Yeah, that was sick.
That shit hit different.
Slip it in there.
Yeah, that shit hit different.
I didn't mean to derail you.
But like when you're opening a new restaurant, one avenue that people think about as far as how do we bring more people in here is influencers and people who have like channels who are specifically, there's plenty in San Antonio and plenty across every city, every major city.
Totally.
Just like, how many people does this person listen to? If I get if I pay this person X amount of dollars and they do a post about my restaurant and they come in, we give them a free meal or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because they had like an influencer night, you do like a soft opening for like your friends and family. And then they had like an influencer night,
yeah,
like,
I remember
specifically,
hearing about that.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we did one at our spot. I know we definitely had friends and family and like a couple soft openings to get ready for the grand opening.
I know at previous employers, I'm pretty sure after you guys left, they did a thing called, like, they would just once a week invite influencer in to have a meal on the house. Just to, same thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, get the name out there.
Yeah. It's
So-
almost like inviting a food critic,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah. I guess you do that with like publications for news sources or whatever. Or
Dead. Fucking
Just
dead, dude. Sorry. Am I not cursing? I curse. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is like a rated R movie that you show your kids. Like, it's cool. Like, whatever. You know? Don't curse at home, kids. Like,
Yeah, we're chilling. Kids know better.
curse outside with your friends when no one's around. I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't do
Use
that.
it sparingly.
Yeah, true.
It's the salt and pepper
I remember
of dialogue.
there was like a 2 or 3 day span when I was a kid where I was just fucking cursing as much as possible.
How old were you?
I had to be like 8 or 9.
How old were you when you started cursing, like consistently as a child, or maybe as a teenager? Some Mormons probably never cuss.
Yeah, I'd say probably like 16, 17.
When it became like everyday normal vernacular.
Yeah. I was listening to like a ton of Childish Gambino.
That's another thing. Music, big time, is a big time influence.
Yeah.
Pop culture, what movies and media and music are you watching and consuming? That's definitely going to influence your
100%.
how you talk.
100%. Yeah, I stepped into this place where like I was like aggressively forging my own identity because I was like uncool for a span of time because I was fat, more or less. That's the only thing I could put my finger on. I thought I was funny. I thought I was well read for a kid, like cool to hang out with, but not popular kid. And then, well, also I just moved around so much that kind of plays into that dynamics.
Yeah, it's hard to maintain.
But I worked out super hard one summer, and then I came back like ready to rock 2 days, and then everybody was so nice to me, bro. Everybody was like, "Come sit at our table, man." And I was like, "The fuck's going on here?" And then I kind of got like stuck in this lane of like, I'm gonna be me. I don't care what you're doing. I'm listening to Childish Gambino. I'm gonna play so much basketball I can't walk around normal when I go places.
Okay.
And then like I think part of that was also me like cursing a little more, you know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
kind of like embracing my own lexicon for vocabulary of words, and I included cuss words in those. But I'm always real respectful around like parents and teachers, and
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to definitely be able to have the two masks, you know?
yeah, my dad's a pastor, you know, so like at church, hello, Mrs. Goodson, it's good to see you. Like, definitely, what do they call that? Code switching.
Yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It was funny because we went to, I think it was yesterday. It was either yesterday or Saturday, I'm pretty sure. It was one of those 2 days. But we went to go get frozen yogurt. Oh, this brings me to another topic. Okay, 2 things on this story. We went to go get frozen yogurt. Right next to the frozen yogurt spot, there's like a pho. It's like pho garden or whatever. PHO for like
Give a fuck.
Exactly. That's exactly where we went.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. That's probably what I named ours.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
yeah, that's great.
You know? And then the wife says another similar joke. But then our daughter, she's just turned 12, and she's wants to get into the game, wants to contribute to the conversation of funny wordplay.
Yeah.
And then we were both just like, no. No. Shut that down.
That's funny.
Not cool.
When you first asked me when did I start using curse words, my brain went here, but then that's what 3 thoughts have sex in my mind, and I can't get them off of each
A
other.
mouthgasm.
Where I initially went with my brain was I was 12 years old ish, right there.
Yeah, like 13.
And I remember asking my dad and my stepmom, like, why can't I just curse? What's
Really?
what's stopping us from just using words like that? Like, is jackass a bad word?
It's a donkey.
Right. And they were like, well, you would just use donkey. No one really says like, well, how often do you even use the word donkey ever? You're not going to call him Jackass Kong.
Watching Shrek.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Right. So it's like, it's not really the right word to use. But I guess if you're talking about someone being an idiot and you want to call them a jackass.
And they're acting, foolish.
Right. Like the difference is like one's a lot more aggressive than the other one. And there's not a whole lot of use for just being extra aggressive for no reason.
Right.
But like nothing is stopping you. And you should never let someone, my dad's like, you should never let someone tell you what you can and can't say.
Freedom of speech, baby. First Amendment.
Right. My dad's a big fucking Constitution guy.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what's the Bill of Rights? Amendments?
Yeah. I think the Bill of Rights is the first 10 amendments.
Totally. So yeah, my dad was big on like, know your rights, kid. You say whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, freedom of speech. That's number 1.
Right. But then like people will judge you negatively. Like we'll get mad at you if you don't like have a proper reflection of how we're raising you, you know? Like if we're telling you should be more like this and you're just going off like this all the time, it's going to be frustrating for us. So it has like negative impacts on your relationships with people if you're not careful with how you use them. And then I remember like digesting that, you know what I'm saying? When I was like, we're driving in a maroon Santa Fe to Gander Mountain.
Nice.
I can remember vividly.
Good recall.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And you're just like, why can't I cuss?
Yeah, totally.
Or why don't we just cuss more as people? You can say anything you want anytime you want.
Right. Yeah, that was my question. It's like if I want to call someone like an asshole, you know, like would that make you guys like mad?
They're being mean.
Yeah, totally. Like what's the difference? Like why do I have to have a safety on this gun?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Sometimes I just want to let it fly.
And what was the answer or like the response?
It's just like it'll have negative impacts of people, your perception of you.
Okay.
Of your like relationships with people.
Is that true? I think so, a little bit, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, especially I guess the age thing is another factor that plays into it. If there's like a 10 to 12-year-old like cussing up a storm, you're just like, whoa, kid.
Yeah.
Take it easy, papa.
Yeah.
Take it easy, man.
Yeah, I think.
Where's that come from? Why am I telling that kid to take it easy? Even if you're like an adult, even if like in your 20s or 30s and you're just like cussing a lot.
Yeah.
It's like F-bomb in every sentence.
I was trying to ask those questions. I didn't even know how to ask it. But you see what I'm saying? There's something there, you know?
Yeah.
Like, why is that annoying? It is.
Mm-hmm. Or yeah, it definitely plays into the perception of, I'm trying to explore this out a little bit. Why?
Oh, I think any kind of improper behavior is annoying, definitely for parents, right?
Mm-hmm.
My dad was definitely also like, it's in the Bible to respect your parents, so we don't want you to talk like that. So that's like one reason why not to do it whenever you want. But then we then like kept going further. Like, why is that his value that he's now putting on me? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's distasteful.
Yeah.
We don't like things that are distasteful.
Something like that. I think I've likened it to or used the metaphor of like it's salt and pepper, you know? It's like you don't want to over season your steak or over season your food. It's just too salty.
Totally.
In the food salad that we're all spewing here. And like we all share each other's food salad whenever we're talking or listening to someone talk. It's like, oh, this is way too salty, bro. This is way too much paprika in this motherfucker.
Yeah, definitely. You know? Yeah. I think that's probably it more than anything. Is it's just like this. It's like unpleasant to be around. Mm-hmm. And
those words have more weight to them or something.
Like what else is unpleasant to be around that we don't like in the same vein?
Someone's being like too loud, maybe.
Yeah, we do that sometimes. I just know because we just get carried away. We're just laughing our asses off. I forget. It's like other conversations going on.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But being too loud a little bit or like
it's a social miscue or social faux pas.
Yeah, totally. A lot of it I think about with like people that deserve respect. Like if there was like, you know, the owner of wherever you work walks in and you just like dap him up like he's a homeboy, that's gonna be like a social miscue that's distasteful, you know?
You're like the president of your company.
Yeah. It's like, what's up, dog?
What's up, motherfucker?
I cringed on this imaginary scenario.
Talking to fucking, one of the owners of the company. Is it a respect thing? You didn't take a break?
No, it's just I called our homie earlier, and then he was at work. I assume I was hoping I'd catch him on lunch, so I'm just gonna say, "Hey, bro, is it cool if I call you later in a pod?
I'm gonna call you back.
Hoping to catch you on lunch. Hope you have an awesome Monday, brother." Cool.
Bang.
Okay, cool. No worries.
Bang. But yeah, so that was one half of the story. Pull up to the frozen yogurt spot. The pho. It's the play on words. I was like, don't do that.
Well, also, like, why did you guys got turned off pretty immediately? Yeah. You know?
It was funny because we were just like heightened, like a laughing energy, heightened vibration of it's like having a good time, whatever, messing around, joking around. I was like, you can't joke like that. You haven't earned the access to joke like that. Not in front of us. In front of your friends, I guess.
Do you think part of her wading into those waters is her wanting to like understand because she just had a birthday, so like maybe she's like getting older and she's like trying to take some of the governors off the car. She's like, am I allowed to enter third gear? Not in this car.
Not while I'm here, girl.
Yeah.
Wear that seatbelt.
Yeah, I think we all have to adjust. Like speeding for no reason, that's something that will be like, why are you doing that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or just driving recklessly. I saw a guy, we were heading back from Austin, and it was two guys. They were homies, I'm assuming, because they were like right next to each other, but one after the other immediately. We were going on a 183 trying to get to 35, so it's like highway speeds. We're all going like 70, 80 roughly. But then, yeah, these motorcycle gentlemen were just weaving, bobbing and weaving like Mayweather and that shit, just going 85, 95, just going quick. I was like, oh, that's unnecessary in my opinion. Like y'all are just That's a little much. It's a little reckless.
A lot of people die on motorcycles every year.
Yeah,
it's not even like distasteful. I mean, it is distasteful, but like especially on a motorcycle, bro.
Yeah, it's a little reckless.
Car fatalities are like one of the #1 killers in America every year.
Every year.
Yeah, dude.
It's like one of the most common ways, if not the most common way you're gonna die, or like potentially.
I remember going on a trip to a lake with some of our homies, and I don't know, man. It was just fucking. We used to convoy out to 7-on-7 tournaments when I was in high school.
Yeah, carpool and shit.
Yeah, we'd have like 7 or 8 cars full of kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's a lot. There's probably like 20 kids going, so maybe 4 or 5 cars full of kids.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like my friend Ben, fucking stick his ass out the window, dude. You know, drive by and moon us.
Bare ass.
Hilarious, bro. Hilarious. Like, I remember one time I had my homie take the wheel while I was driving, set it on cruise control, rolled down the window, stuck my torso out, and then rode the boat. I was like, all right, click up on the cruise control. Go up like 6 times, and then I'm done. And start speeding up. It's dumb, right? But then I was like, you know, for the bit, bro. We're all trying to make each other laugh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like 25. We're driving out to the lake, and I go to hit the oar, and then the homies, we get there, and they're like, "The fuck are you doing? You gotta be careful on the highway, man." I was like, being hilarious.
What are you doing the bit?
Are you pissed off you guys aren't as funny as me? Like, what the
fucking you prudes?
Yeah. But then I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't fucking row the boat anymore. I don't know, you know.
They're like concerned for your safety. It was like funny until it was like concern.
Yeah, right.
No,
I guess so. It made me. It feels like the same thing where it's just like you can cross a line into distasteful where it's like now you're having negative returns on your freedom.
Yeah.
So what the fuck? There was a second log for that fire.
What the fuck? But but then we went to the frozen yogurt spot. And I'm not sure if it's all frozen yogurt spots are similar to this. I'm pretty sure it's called Orange Leaf.
Yeah.
Right? Not Orange Theory. Orange Theory is fitness. Orange Leaf is frozen yogurt.
Totally. Orange Prime.
Orange. But Orange Leaf. And it's I think most frozen yogurt spots follow this same sort of system where you go in and you get the cup and then you fill it up with the sheesh and then you go fill it up with the toppings and you weigh it and then you pay for how much the weight is for the cup. Right?
Yeah, totally.
I think that's pretty common.
I've been doing that since I was like, my mom and dad were taking me, you know?
Okay, yeah. So I think that's a thing. And then there was the tip option on there.
Okay.
The tip option.
Most places have a tip option. Did you do all the work yourself?
Yes.
That's the thing.
That's the thing. And then the wife, I was like, did you tip him? She's like, yeah. I was like, why? What are you doing? Like, he literally didn't do anything. Like, we had to go through all the flavors, look at all they had to offer, and then pick our cups, and then figure out what kind of flavor combination we wanted, then go through the topping line, fill up our toppings ourselves. And all he did was just check us out. That's all he did was just check us out. Like just collect tender. Just exchange money for things.
That's what he gets his hourly pay for sure.
Yeah, I'm like, he's already getting paid for that.
Yeah.
It's like he literally didn't service us in any way whatsoever. I don't even think he greeted us on the way in.
Did you guys throw away your own cups at the end? Take them home?
Yeah, we didn't finish them at the spot. We just ate for a little bit and then took them back to the house.
That's the move.
Yeah.
For the movie later.
Yeah, exactly what we did. Watch the movie. You already know.
I recommend that even at... Because we serve obnoxiously large desserts. I'm always like, don't worry, you save half for the movie later. Put it in the fridge when you get home. Turn on Netflix halfway through the movie. Chef's kiss. You can remember us.
Yep.
That's like true. I'm not even doing a bit at that point. I'm like, this is genuine advice, my friend.
It's like, this cake only tastes better at midnight.
Yeah, it does. Always, dude. Always. So yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. Do you tip at those? Or I guess, so that just brought the question to my mind of like, do you tip at those kind of spots? And then also another sub question that brought to my mind from that same situation was like, we're heading that way towards like everything, like the optional tip menu at Starbucks and at every coffee place and pretty much everywhere. There's like an optional tip.
That's what I was gonna say. I run into it at coffee places more than anywhere else.
Pretty much every time, bro.
I always tip $1 at Starbucks. You know, I'm not sure what for.
At least they made your drink. You know what I'm saying? Like they prepared the whole thing for you.
I don't want to be a 50-year-old here, but like, isn't that what they get paid for? Yeah. Like, what? What the fuck they pay you guys for? But like on some level, I guess I'm doing it for their attitude. Like I'm just hoping that they're nice to me.
Some good karma.
I don't want to have a negative interaction when I go places. So I'm like, thanks for being cool. Here's $1.
Yeah.
I've been really balling before where I was just like, here's $5, baby. I'm having a good day. Like, I don't know. When people ask me to donate to charity, or like when I see a homeless person on the side of the road, sometimes I'm thankful that they gave me the opportunity to bless them.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And then like because I know it's almost like a spiritual test. Like when I have, let's say I have like three $5 bills in my wallet, but I also like have money in my bank account. And it's just like I see a guy, I feel the spiritual test like I should give this guy one of my $5. But it's like a grading thing. Because on one level, it's like I don't really want to interact with this homeless person. Call me fucked up, but like they're
That's pretty common.
yeah, like they're not well. Let's dig in there.
No, I think it's an unpredictability factor.
Yes,
You know, it's like when I walks by, we're like walking by people passing like the shopping centers, like Marshalls or whatever. You're in the mall and you're just like walking by people. There's like no second thought. But then you see a homeless person and it's like, I think there's a little factor of unpredictability in there.
yeah, it's part of the presentation that makes it feel eerie, makes it feel uncomfortable. Because like usually their clothes are really tattered or they're really dirty, unkempt hair, and sometimes their behavior is really erratic. Like maybe they've done drugs, are on drugs. I'm unsure.
Yeah.
I was at the gas station today. I usually always give money, but this lady was too unpredictable.
Ooh.
She's like, ah!
Oh no, she's getting audible.
She's wearing like a fleece sweater. It's like hot outside.
Oh gosh.
Sir, can you spare $1? And I was like, no. I had dollars to spare. I did. I really did. She was too unpredictable though. I don't know, man.
Yes, and sometimes it might be doing more harm than good, but you never know.
I don't know.
I think Joey Diaz has mentioned this before. He's like, I give him my $5, I give him my $10, my $20. If he wants to go blow it on blow, I don't give a fuck. I did my part.
It's funny. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, I hardly ever don't do it if I have the dollars to give. And same thing with charities. I'm always, even when I don't have money, I'm like, thanks for the opportunity for me to be like, to do charity. Thank you for being here asking for the charity. Like, I appreciate what you're doing, but not for me today.
Mm-hmm.
So then I try to think about that when I'm tipping somebody at Starbucks. I'm like, I'm just doing this guy a kindness. And that's really for me more than it is for him on some level in my story. Because I'm never going to see his kindness go. But like, I can advance my spiritual wealth. I can advance my generosity. I can put good out in the world and hope it comes back. Mm-hmm. So I try to think about it that way. Because if I don't, it's fucking annoying.
It's an absolutely hell nah.
Yeah. People asking you for money when I'm walking in the gym. Sir, would you like to donate a backpack to kids? I guess if you're going to put it on me, you know what I'm saying?
See how many backpacks have you donated, bro?
Yeah, totally. Like I donated to this kid going to CBC camp. Like I was leaving church on Sunday. Just like the way I left, this guy had like set up a snack stand. They were selling like Doritos and Ritz crackers and water bottles. Because this kid wanted to go to camp. Like I like doing shit like that, you know? But I do think it's like a little weird to ask someone for money just like in traffic.
Yeah, it's a little weird. It's
a little for the kids.
It is a little strange.
You know what's weird is when it's for the kids, I always want to talk to the kid. Is that a fucked up thing?
Like what?
Well, I'm like, who's going to camp? They're like, he's going to camp. I'm like, what's up, bro? Like, and the dad kept cutting in. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. I'm giving money to him, right? Yeah. You want to go to camp? How'd you hear about camp? And I just wanted to like engage the kid. And I was like, is that selfish of me? I've done it before with like, I see kids they want to go to football.
They're trying to go to Florida or something for a tournament or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, which one of you is like the hooper? And I'm like, how hard do you practice? Like, do you take it seriously? You trying to go somewhere? Like, do that. I want to give them like true encouragement. And then I'm like, they probably just want my money. They probably don't give a fuck about.
That's more valuable.
The money?
No, the motivation.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I want to say something to this kid like, hey, don't stop, bro. Like, keep going. You know?
Yeah, work hard. Like it's worth it. I needed to reaffirm that within you.
If I'm gonna give you my money, like something attached there. And then finally, this dad just like was asking me, where do I work? Oh, I know these people. Do you know these people? And I was just like, yeah, man, I do. Just like re-engage the dad. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. One other thing about homeless people is I don't always like touching their hands when I give them the money. Do you ever think about that?
No.
Because they're very dirty.
That's just true.
Like, I don't know when the last time they washed them was.
Ugh. On average, what would you guess? Once a month? If that?
I would hope.
How would they do it?
They got to use some of that money
Where?
for like Wendy's.
Yeah, they go inside to the store and go to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, I would hope so. If you were homeless, you'd wash your hands, right?
If I was homeless, like me personally, if I was homeless, I would try to scrounge up some money to get like a gym membership.
Yes, sir.
So I could take a shower
every
in that
day.
gym.
Come on,
Come
bro.
on, baby.
Same first thought.
Right?
Planet Fitness, $10 a month.
$10
dog.
a month.
Come on.
I got a shower. I got a shower, and that's nice. And that just instantly gives me more credibility. Like not credibility, but you know, it takes away some of the whatever the thing is that makes you want to take a wide berth around those people. Like it removes some of that.
Yeah, totally.
For sure.
Yeah, I get it. I do. I think the problem with homelessness is probably like depression, where things just get really hard to do.
It's different. Yeah, it's way different than just not having money. It's a whole extra curricular of mental and psychological shit going on, bro.
Totally. I'm with you.
So you're not in the mental state to want to wash your hands. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
You know?
For sure. And it's just like, you've ever been depressed? It's like hard to get out of bed. It's
all you want to do is lay in bed.
Yeah, totally.
You don't want to do shit.
You're like looking at the pile of dirty clothes, like, oh, I gotta do laundry. It's like they're probably looking at their hands, like, oh,
I gotta wash these fuckers.
I don't even know. I don't even know the thing in that. But the other thing too is if I give the guy the $1 and I'm like, bye, that hurts. That
would hurt worse than just ignoring them, probably.
Totally. And then like, dude, if you fucking shake the dude's hand, it's like I feel his spirit. Like this guy like acknowledged me. He like
human connection.
Gave a fuck. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Probably just a human connection. Like, oh, there's good people out here, you know what I'm saying? And so I fucking do it, bro. Last time it happened, I was like, I need Germex in my fucking car. So I want to shake this guy's hand. I really do. But god damn it, I can't touch anything in my car now. Like, I'm going to the gym, I'm going straight to wash my hand.
Right.
So yeah, some of the shit I think about when it's an awkward subject, bro.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It is super crazy. It's jarring, as we mentioned before. You should be jarred by that shit.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's funny.
It's scary, bro.
It is, dude. Like, I don't know. I used to think, when we worked downtown, I used to think about like homelessness rehabilitation programs. Mm-hmm. Like, why aren't they more prominent? You know?
Yeah.
I see the same homeless person on the street for like a year and a half.
Yeah, bro. We would walk the same route to the restaurant. We worked there for like from March of 19 to like March of 20, for like an entire year. And I would see the same person like in the same streets, like the same, like not even like mile radius, like half mile radius maybe.
Totally.
And they're like every day.
Totally.
It's like, fuck, man. Is this, how does this story go? Or like, what's going on here? How do you get out of this hole?
In my own mind, they make $200 and then they go to their flop house and then they spend 80 of it on drugs and then they eat and they do the next thing the next day. And they probably have a place they go to like relax at the end of the day, I'd imagine, on some level. And then this is like going to work for them. And then I'm doing the same thing. But
we're doing the same thing.
You know what I'm saying? But like the same way we had to leave downtown to go to somewhere better, and then we left there to go to somewhere better, it's like they need to do that too. But they're not doing that. Mm-hmm. And you got to save up a certain amount of money to break through those thresholds. You got to get fucking apartment money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And even if there are, because I'm sure there are, I remember hearing about, I think it was on a Joe Rogan. I think it was a guy who was doing like some sort of homeless rehabilitation in Austin.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I think there's a couple different of those in Austin. And I'm sure there's a couple of different of those in pretty much every major city across the United States. So then the question becomes, how do they, if you are the homeless person, like you're probably not, maybe you are, but I don't know. Maybe you're not actively seeking, like going out to try to find, like, how do I get rehabilitated? Like, how do I get better? I'm sure a percentage of them are trying to get back on their feet, just like down on their luck. Some shit happened, medical things, disability things, whatever. And then they do like climb their way back out and like start to fucking get a job or whatever. I guess those rehabilitation places are like, they offer like shelter and food, like a homeless shelter. Like those are things, right?
Yeah. I understand why that guy devotes his life to it, because there's no answers when you look around. Like that guy was like, all right, well, I'm going to make one. And then he spends like his whole life just trying to rehabilitate those homeless people. Like shelters, I think, do the same thing. I think they're mostly volunteers, church groups. Mm-hmm. Like we got stuck at a bus stop outside a food kitchen in Austin one time, and it was kind of jarring. It was like a lot of homeless people getting ready for like the doors to open up.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I mean, thank God they gave him a meal, you know, but I don't know how much they're helping them, like, ultimately.
Yeah, right.
It's like, I'm sure you're keeping them alive, putting food in their belly, giving them some kind of resource, but it's like that's not rehabilitation, you know?
Not long-term solutions.
No. And then they probably need, like, therapy. They probably need, like, mushrooms. They probably
Big time.
You know what I'm saying? They need a job. They need to have some discipline and responsibility put in their life so that they have the opportunity to arise to that occasion. It's like, if you can't even get an opportunity for responsibility, it's like, you can't cultivate the neuron firing stuff to, like, get your life in order.
Yeah, and life is hard, bro.
It's fucking
It's shit hard out
should
here.
be slapping, dog.
It's life is relentless. It's every day, man. You gotta go out there and do some shit.
Yeah, it's true, bro. It's true. Homelessness is a fucking problem. We can talk about something more light. It's a problem, bro. Like that's what I don't know, man. That's one of those things where I think as a human, if you got your shit together, you should try to find a way to help somehow. I mean, even if you're just helping buy a 6-pack, I guess. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Give him another day to fight. Give him another day to fight. Maybe it's gonna take 300 days of fucking up before that person breaks through and says, "I don't want to fuck up anymore." It's like at least help him get to another day of fucking up so he can get to that point.
Get to the final turnaround point.
Right.
Leaf turned over.
Yeah, totally. The last thing you want to do is watch someone give up on their life completely, you know? Maybe that $5 just gives them another fucking little bit of rope before they run out of it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, one thing I've done for sure, or it's like giving to a church is like, or like donating, like charity for sure is like a solid thing because I guess ideally those organizations who receive that money, whether it be a church or a like feeding America or whatever the other organizations are, and then like nonprofits. Hopefully they're doing some shit with that, like legitimately going out seeking these people, giving them the resources and help, and kind of helping them up, or get them on a track. So hopefully that's what's going on. But another thing that I've done, like instead of giving to the church, it's like giving directly to, but not money though, like going and buying like like food or like fast food gift cards, or you know what I'm saying, like because I guess that's another thought is like if I give them this cash, like who knows what they're gonna do with this cash. But if I give them a $15 Whataburger gift card, like they gotta spend this at Whataburger.
Totally.
Yeah, get some food and water over here.
Totally.
Use the bathroom. Whatever the fuck. Wash your hands.
Totally. Yeah, I think Joe Rogan said before that he sees like a child after he had a kid. When he sees those people now, he sees a child that just didn't get an opportunity, and like if they would have had better parents, better situation, different life circumstances, they wouldn't have ended up there. And so like his heart kind of goes out to them in that sense. It's like that's where I get weird. I'm like, how do I give you legitimate help? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. It's different. It's different, but yeah, it's rough.
I can change the subject real quick.
Yeah.
Do you
what are we talking about?
Clear the airfield?
Clear the airfield.
Do you wax the strap? Do you shave your pubes?
Give me another one. Okay. Give me another one. Yes. A good trimming is necessary, I think.
Do you trim the brim?
You got to trim the bush. You got to trim the bush a little bit. Yeah, give it a little, a little love, a little manscaping.
There we go. That's a good one. I was trying to do my best Caleb Presley right there. Okay. I had good timing. That was perfect, actually. Caleb, shout out. I love you.
Yeah, man. That guy's hilarious.
I went like 2 years without doing it.
Damn.
I don't know what happened, bro.
That's a monsoon.
I don't know what happened, bro.
That's a lagoon. That's a blue lagoon.
I was like, wash it and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
But I was just like, some of it's partner preference. So like,
Oh, yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? I got directions, instructions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Recommendations.
Sure, exactly, And so I took preferences into account as far as that went. I tried to get a nice edge up, but,
A little ball throw fade.
Yeah, I'll fade that shit for real.
Yes.
Yeah, for real.
That's so funny. I remember Joe Rogan talking about like the porn industry giving I forget the verbiage he uses, but he's like the porn industry gave like the best takeaway from society is like the shaving of the pubic hair. It's like there was no PSA about it. There's no like health benefits per se. It was just like no one like went on TV and was like, this is a health epidemic. It's like, it was just like a thing that we all did. And we all like, it caught in society and pop culture, not pop culture, but you know what I'm saying? The meta of human existence.
Totally.
Like a thing that we do now. And whereas like in the 70s, the bush was the way. The bush was the only way. That was just how it was, I guess.
Well, I got to that point. I went retro.
Throwback.
Because I stopped thinking about it. That was the other thing that happened like after a while. Like I just didn't even think about it, bro.
It takes time. It's annoying.
Totally.
It's a little dangerous.
Totally. Yeah, there's some injury that can occur.
You gotta be careful down there.
Yeah, and then I don't know. It's like kind of like hit me in the face one time. I think it was because I was like gonna shave my armpit hair.
What?
You ever?
I've never touched that.
You don't ever.
I've never trimmed up the armpit hair.
You don't ever dip in the pit.
I never dipped the pit.
You don't ever. It's not the time. It's not the time for brainstorming.
I guess maybe I don't have I guess I don't. It could be a hereditary thing as far as like your hair growth,
Sure.
or hair loss, or like because I guess some people just have like a crazy hairy back or a crazy hairy chest,
Totally.
or they lose their hair really early, and like all of that's like hereditary pretty much.
Definitely.
So,
My dad's adopted, so I don't know where to look.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on with any of that.
but you're right. Valid point.
Right.
Like my arm hair is crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not. That's actually what made me think of it. Was I was like, I pulled my watch up and I was like, God damn, boy. I was like, well, I don't really shave my arms at all.
Yeah, or like whenever you move your arm, or like move your watch, it like clips a little bit, or like it snags one and you pull it, and it's like, ooh, that was a little pain.
Fun. Yeah, my dad has a crazy hairy back. Like
Really?
fucking, we're making jokes about it when I was a kid all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can fucking brush that shit. But I don't have a hair on my back at all.
Me neither.
Yeah, and I don't have like crazy chest hair. Actually, you can probably see all of it right here. Nothing crazy, you know what I'm saying?
I got a little bit.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
No, it definitely, as I, like every 3 years, it like gets more diameter.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm the best I've ever been and the worst I'll ever be,
Love
now.
it. Yes.
But even when I was like probably 24, it was pretty small amount of chest hair. But my arms go crazy and my pits will grow pretty,
Trim worthy?
Well,
You trim the pits?
I do.
Really?
Yeah, you got to be careful because if you do like all of it, then you like feel like
It feels awkward.
kind of naked under there. Yeah,
Or it feels like, I don't know.
it's just straight shirt on pit.
Yeah, or I could see that leading to like some irritation, you know what I'm saying?
Right, and if you get stubble on your armpit, and then it's like rubbing on the shirt.
Yeah.
So I really like.
Get all razor bumpy and
Here
all
we
that
go.
shit.
This is my job, is to be honest with you guys.
Let's go. That's what the fuck we're here to do.
I'll like brush it out, and then try to take scissors and like do like a trim. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, wow.
Also, because I wear a lot of
Tanks?
yeah. I was trying to think of what the stringers.
Wife beaters?
Yeah.
Terrible name.
Why did I call them that?
Well, I don't know.
How'd that catch on?
It must have been just a consistent thing that people saw. Like it's like cops. It's like every domestic call, I guess, where this guy's in a fucking white tank top from Hanes.
Oh
Or
my God.
from fucking Fruit of the Loom.
It's like for a little 3-pack wife beaters. Like,
Yeah, how'd that catch?
I don't know. Slang. So that's a whole different topic we could get to.
Oh, I'm all about it. That's part of one of my bits I got going.
Nice. Yeah, but the problem with the scissors is if the left-handed scissors are a real thing. I can't like do it with the left side.
Same thing with the testes. You gotta be careful with the left, bro. If you're going, sometimes you kind of have to get the angles. Yeah, you can't get all the way around. It gets a little awkward. Then you can't see what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? My wrist isn't. I can't see.
Bro, I navigate with that. Like the barber's like, look up for me.
Yeah. You're like, all right, just contorting it just to get the angles right.
You sit down or stand up when you do it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking you.
Oh, okay. I'm in the shower, so I'm standing.
Okay. Well, so you use like a razor.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll use like a trimmer, like an electric trimmer.
Okay.
Can't use that in the shower, personally.
Yeah, I can't do that one.
The razor is dangerous, dog. Good God.
That's what I'm saying. With the left, you gotta be careful, dog. With the left, you gotta be real careful with the non-dom. You gotta be careful with the non-dom ball shaver, dig.
Yo.
You gotta be careful.
Good God.
It's funny because I literally noticed that like probably a week or two ago. I was just like, I'm fucking Edward Scissorhands with this motherfucker, bro. Fucking Leonardo. No, what's his name? Johnny Depp. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm Johnny Depp in the 90s with this bitch. And then I go with the left, and I'm like a toddler. I'm like, okay. like trying to color in the lines. Like, super slow. It's a real thing.
Oh, God. Yeah, okay. Now it all makes more sense. I see what you're saying now.
Yeah, I guess I would. If it gets.
Oh, God.
If I let the time go in between longer than like 2 or 3 weeks, then I'll use the bzzz, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Fucking the razor, or not the razor, what's that called?
Hack down
Clippers? Trimmers, yeah. I'll use that to like whack the weeds, you know what I'm saying? And then I'll get in there with the fine tools.
Totally.
But yeah, in the shower you need this like the razor. Usually I use like a lady's razor because they're a little more gentle, a little more delicate, a little bit softer on the skin, a little more moisturizing.
Pro tip.
And they contour a little bit easier.
Using gel, like some shave gel?
No.
Yeah, no, just free balling.
No, I'm going for it. I'm just free balling.
Totally.
We're just going for it.
God damn, bro. I don't know. I might recommend some shower gel. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, you do a sitting down?
No.
Okay.
I think I have before. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe when I was like in high school one time.
Okay.
I was just like, God damn, we're jumping topics, but
I love it.
Dropping a deuce, like Mr. McAllister. That you just look down and you're like, well, I could use some work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Clean up the backside, get it down, and
Whack
then
the weeds.
Just get busy with it. The other thing is it's great for disposal too. If you're sitting down, it's just like going straight into the
right into the toilet.
Yeah. Otherwise, I got to straddle that thing a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now as an adult, I go for the straddle rather than the seated.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just I'm more focused. It's like sitting up to play video games.
It's like, hold on, these motherfuckers getting in there.
Yeah. It's like this. I want to be like alert and like I don't want to be like sitting down lazily. I feel like I'm gonna fuck up.
You can nick something real quick.
Oh god, dude.
Quick nick and you're bleeding. You're like, damn it.
God, dude. And you like putting little paper, little toilet paper dots on your face. And Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah. And the aftershave.
Yeah. No, but yeah, it's just I don't know if there's any more funny things to say about it, but yeah, I was doing the pits the other day, and
that's crazy. I've never done the pits in my 30 plus years of life.
I think it helps because in summertime, that's when I'll really like be like, let me go ahead and hit this because it's like more hot outside. I'm wearing more tank tops, and then I feel like if I do a proper trim when I go out and wear the tank top like the next day, I don't sweat as much. Like I'm a little more like aerodynamic, or like I'm more
like Michael Phelps.
More breathability. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And
it gets to the point to where it's like that, like bushily. Like when you have your arms down, is it like poking out?
No, maybe. No, not so much. They're just long.
When do you know? When do you know it's time?
I think part of it is like if I'm sweating in a tank top for like no reason, I feel like that I'll like be like, what's going on here? And I'll do like a troubleshooting. Okay. And I'll be like, maybe I'm a little too long down there, you know what I'm saying? And the other thing is I'll like when I'm brushing them out, I'll be like, these motherfuckers are long. I have like a preferred length, like number 2 scissor cut on top. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. There's times where I'm like, this is crazy. This is like definitely due for a little trimmer. But then, you know, they say if you trim hair, then it grows faster. So I might be doing myself.
I remember hearing that in fucking high school. I don't know if that's true at all. Is that true?
Well, I don't know.
I don't think so. I think is that just mythical shit?
I think so.
It might just be like a wives' tale, you know what I'm saying?
Well, like, are your hair still growing right now?
I don't know. I think so, maybe. But if you trimmed them... I've never shaved them.
If you did, they would grow back to that length, I think.
I think that's the thing. I think it'll just grow back to the length that it would have been anyway.
Totally.
But it might just take longer to get there, obviously, because you cut it shorter. But it's not going to now you increase your hair growth by 0.02 or whatever every time you shave.
I don't think that's true. I
don't think that's true.
No.
You ever shaved your legs?
One time.
Really? Why? Why'd you shave your legs?
In high school. I was in high school, and
what was the desired outcome?
We were talking about it.
Okay.
This guy Brian had done it. It looked all right.
Okay. I know swimmers shave for sure.
Yeah, I thought maybe it would make my legs look more
tone.
Yeah, and like I always felt like I had like fucking big calves, but not like sexy calves. Just like my legs were like I call them wide receiver legs. I wanted to have wide receiver legs. Like you see like Devonta Smith line up. Like
he got tiny ankles.
He looked right.
Very
looks athletic, bro. You know what I'm saying? But my legs were like I don't know,
like a rugby player.
Water balloons felt like I got going on down there. Rugby player is good. And so I thought maybe just like visually, maybe it's because I have a ton of leg hair. You know what I'm saying? A ton's like relative, you know. But I know, like our friend Emilio doesn't really have that much leg hair at all.
Yeah, I remember him. He never really had much like body hair.
No,
arm or leg hair.
Right, just a genetic thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then I was like in my own mind, like maybe this will change my aesthetic.
Okay.
And I just regretted it like instantly, dude.
Did you how far into the shaving process did you regret it? Was it after you were done?
I would say I started with left leg because I'm right-handed.
Okay.
And I went up to like my calf muscle. Okay. And I was like, fuck.
I'm in too deep. Fuck.
It's like I just had to wear pants for like 4 months.
Yeah. Or you could do that. Just wear high socks.
So yeah. I mean, it just looked like like a baby's head. You know, just bald, just didn't look good, like a chicken with its feathers plucked off.
Oh no, ew, naked chicken.
Yeah, like a furless cat.
Those are nasty.
They're nasty.
Like a naked mole rat.
There we go.
Kim Possible type.
Sure,
shit.
Exactly. And I was like, you leave the fur on the cat.
Yeah.
But I think the Johnson family looks better if you trim the hedges. You know what I'm saying?
The tree looks taller.
Oh, totally. That's another part too. Was like I just wanted to I wanted to give myself a confidence boost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I realized when I was like doing the pit hairs for summertime tank tops, and then I like, you know,
hot boy summer.
I was like, wait a minute. I haven't done that in like fucking long time, bro. 2 years is like maybe a little bit of exaggeration, but I would say
Year plus for sure.
a solid year plus. I would say probably if I was like using my best brain, I would say like a year, 2 months, 16 days.
Okay.
That's my final answer. Somewhere right in there. And
Yeah, it's not like it grows. It's not like your hair. You know what I'm saying? Like if we let our hair grow for 2+ years, that's just going to be down to our shoulders,
right, totally.
right? But like if you let your ball hair grow for 2+ years, it's not going to go down to your fucking knees. It's like a fucking ZZ Top. Like it's not going to happen. I don't think.
No. I mean, I was at like 100% capacity.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
no one else was getting in the restaurant, but it's not like we were gonna get in a fire code problem, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, and it just looks aesthetically better. If you,
I think so.
Yeah, totally.
It's like getting circumcised. You know what I'm saying? It just looks better.
Yeah,
I think.
it's more for your social profile than it is for religious circumstance.
Yeah. The covenant is just a plus on the side.
I think one time my parents literally told me that. It's like, hey, we did that for you, but it was more for you than it was for.
And it's a health thing too, right?
I've heard that. I don't know if that's real.
I think so, because I think if you don't clean it, you know, like the inner skin that covers the head.
Yeah.
Like if you pee, there's like a little bit of pee dribble on there.
Sure.
You know, it can get infected if you don't clean it out properly.
If you don't clean it out properly, who's not
you don't wash a cack.
Come on. I watched like 3 things. It's like my hair, my chest pits, and then my cock. Okay, this is Justin. I'll double down.
The Johnson family.
Yeah, that's what's
You gotta watch that.
Totally. You remember the Dave Chappelle bit where
Which one?
I think no, it's the other guy, the white dude, Dane Cook.
Okay.
He said, do the triangle. I do
Yeah,
the triangle.
yeah.
I still think
Boom, 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 boom.
I still think that. Like every time I think about that bit. So anyways, yeah, no, sorry. All that to say, I would probably do it for my kid also.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't do it for health reasons. I would just assume he'd wash his
Get in there, kid. What are you talking about?
Yeah, his crocodile.
The crocodile Dundee. What a beauty there.
At his natural habitat.
Yes,
But,
bro. I remember it's like
trying to put a bow on that bit, but I'm not there yet. Go ahead, please.
No, I was just gonna add to it. Just saying, like, I used to be. I guess it was more so in middle school. No. High school, college times. I was more of a, I guess maybe not a fan of, but I would just be subscribed to the school of like the clean shave down there.
Totally.
But then it'd be like razor bumps and shit. You know what I'm saying? I might get, and then when it starts to grow back, it's a little prickly and starts like rubbing at your boxers and shit.
Yeah, I don't want like a girl to think I got
A
like
little irritation.
what are those bumps? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's
right?
a razor.
That's a siffy or whatever. I don't even know what that is. Gonorrhea or some shit.
Some shit.
Some shit you don't want. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I had 2 thoughts. One of them was the cleaning of the Johnson family, and then preceding that thought, because I guess improper cleaning of the genital area is how you get to. I guess I was thinking about STDs. Mm-hmm. I was like, how do you even get those? You know what I'm saying? Like, how'd they ever originate? It was probably just because just dirty motherfuckers fucking other dirty motherfuckers.
I remember when I was a young kid. Did you ever have they could roll in a TV into your elementary school classroom and teach you about AIDS?
Like sex ed?
AIDS specifically.
No, not AIDS.
I was like in 5th grade, bro.
Whoa.
We had like
We had the talk in 5th grade. I remember that for sure. We, like the boys went to the gym, the girls went to this area, and we all talked about genitals, pretty much.
I don't know if I went to school on that day.
Really? We were there for AIDS Day.
Maybe we did. I just like blocked it out because it was awkward.
What
happened at Genital Day?
It was just, we did another genital day in like 8th grade. 8th grade for sure. I remember it was 8th grade. Because I remember it was my homie, Zach, shout out Z Give. He, his pastor was the one who was like talking to us in my science class. And that one was a mixed. I'm pretty sure that one was co-ed.
Whoa.
But I think we did it again in 9th grade too. I think 9th grade, the 9th grade one was talking about like more nuanced, like don't be trying to climb the social ladder with like using sex as a social ladder climbing tool, and like STDs are real. And like,
ladies,
here's pictures. Here's pictures of STDs.
The pictures will get you.
That'll get you.
That'll get you, dog.
I remember in 5th grade though, that was the first time I'd ever been introduced to that topic of conversation. And it was in a public setting. It was kind of weird, awkward.
Totally.
And like all the boys are like giggling and shit, like, "Oh, he talked about your balls."
Yeah.
They're like, your body's about to go through some changes here, son.
Yeah.
Like, you're about to start growing hair in places. Like, you didn't know you would be growing hair, you know what I'm saying? We were like, what, 10? We were like 9, 10 years old.
What's he talking about?
Yeah.
Totally.
And then by the time you get to middle school, yeah, we definitely had at least one more for sure. But I think they were just talking about, I'm not sure, obviously, I'm not sure what the girls were talking about, but it was definitely talking about maybe like hormonal changes that are going to be coming, and then like acne and like growing hair in places, and then like you're going through puberty pretty much. It was like the introduction to puberty talk.
Don't freak out.
It wasn't like so much a sex talk. It was more just like your body's going to go through some shit here in the next like 3 years, y'all. Be ready for that 3 years.
You're striking a chord in my mind. I think maybe I went through that too. I just like don't.
I think it was mandatory in Texas.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure we teach sex ed. I know there's some states that don't at all. They never talk about that kind of shit at school.
I imagine they give the parents the option to like.
Maybe your parents were like, "Nah, get them out of."
That's what I'm saying. That might have happened for real. Because it's like I don't have a vivid memory of like a sit down with like all the boys. Like, yo, we're talking about balls. This is crazy. This is an everyday lunch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is not regular gym class today.
Yeah. But I do have like I think I can remember seeing like gross STD pictures at one point and was
for
like,
sure in high school we saw that. Shit.
I'm not trying to.
Sure in high school.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
But like on AIDS Day.
Yeah, what the hell? AIDS Day?
AIDS, HIV awareness, bro.
Okay.
I remember being
Magic Johnson.
super afraid of AIDS after that. I was like, Mom, you heard about this AIDS shit? She's like, what? But
it was like an informative video.
Yeah, we watched fuck, man, I missed the punchline. What's the Matthew McConaughey movie?
Oh, Dallas Buyers Club?
Yeah, dude, that'd have been funny. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I'll keep working for you guys. I'll get better. No, but it was an informative video for real, where it was like, like AIDS is a terrible disease. AIDS can be transmitted in the following ways: sharing needles,
Yeah.
Sexual intercourse, unprotected.
Yeah.
And it's like, AIDS is the kind of disease that will wither you away. And it shows like Matthew McConaughey from Dallas Buyers Club. And then it was like
85 pounds and shit.
Yeah, like explained, like this is something that's going on in our society. If you have unprotected sex, you could get this, and it's gonna like they like fear God. Like there's nothing that'll help you. They didn't tell us about Magic Johnson. They were like, you will die from this. So it's like, be careful of sex, boys.
No cure.
And like,
unless you got millions of dollars.
Right. So then like, but then I want to say like after that there was like, some discussion with the boys in the locker room. We didn't have a locker room, but somebody was saying, or it was maybe they saw it on Family Guy, they saw it on South Park, I'm not sure. Somebody said like the first person that got AIDS had sex with like a monkey.
Fucking monkey.
Fucking a monkey.
I'm pretty sure that was a Dave Chappelle bit.
Okay, so maybe it was you. No, I don't know.
Could have been.
Right. But then that got entered into my mind of like, maybe that's how STD started.
Came about.
Like because how does the first person get one?
Right.
Like what's going on there? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think it's two options.
Pull over the car. Oh, sorry.
One is, it's just people who don't shower down there, don't clean. They're all sweaty and shit. And then you're fucking someone else who's all sweaty and shit and gross and hasn't showered in a week, 2 weeks, whatever the time is. How old are STDs? I would assume back in like the caveman times, there'd be STDs everywhere because no one's showering. You know what I'm saying? No one's like clean per se. Like you just clean yourself off in the fucking water, like at the watering hole. That's like the best you got. There's no soap, no antibacterial soap.
I was thinking about that.
We're all just dirty monkeys.
You think soap is just fucking corporate America selling us another fucking product we don't really need? It's like, how good
I think
is
it's important, right? I don't know, but maybe this is propaganda.
I don't know. Because the other day I didn't have any soap. And I was just like, can I get away with just using water?
It's hot water.
Yeah. And I was like, what is...
It kills bacteria at a certain temperature, but maybe that temperature would fuck your hands up pretty bad.
No lie, that day I just ended up using hand soap. I was like, fuck it, what's the difference, right?
Some Germ-X or whatever.
Yeah, and then went to HEB and got it figured out.
Yeah, HEB, they got those little fucking hand dispenser of whatever.
Germ-X.
Yeah, hand sanitizer. There we go. Yeah, just rub it.
Yeah, no. But I just used hand soap in the shower and then got soap. But I was wondering, I was like, back in the day, like, when did hand soap even fucking become, you know what I'm saying? We lived a long time without hand soap or body wash.
Maybe it was just a lot more disease back then, or maybe the higher proportion of the population was disease ridden or
100%
carried disease because we didn't have this soap, and then now maybe we've just like mitigated that a lot with this soap.
I'd imagine.
I think it's a real thing.
I think so too.
Germs are real things.
Yeah, I agree with you. There's like antibacterial soap was like a major invention in the like world, I guess. I think we invented it in America, but I don't know. But like to be able to have truly antibacterial soap made like doctors' jobs way easier. I think it was a doctor that invented it because then they could like sterilize their equipment and shit like that, and then the infection rates dropped down like massively. So it was like a revolution in healthcare for sure.
Big time. That makes sense.
Yeah. So, but like prior to that, people were dying at like 30. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
there's something to be said for, like the Spanish flu killed like a bunch of people. We gave the Native American. I say we. I didn't do this. Europeans gave Native Americans.
Was it like measles and shit, or
Yeah.
smallpox, or whatever the fuck?
So what's the difference between smallpox and gonorrhea?
Yeah. One makes me think of chicken pox, and one makes me think of cocks.
I was hoping you dunked that. Great job. No, but part of my brain is what I'm trying to get to is like the symptoms of chickenpox looks like spots on your arms and everywhere, and then the symptoms of like herpes are like spots on
Your genital area.
Yeah, totally. So like maybe it's like catching one or catching the other. It's like I don't know how smallpox came about either. I think it's like natural bacteria yeasting and then becoming something that can harm your pH balance in your body.
Okay.
And so maybe it's like just the same thing. Like somebody was like exploring a cave and then they like pulled open a rock that had like microbial bacteria from thousands of years, and then that interacted with human skin negatively. Maybe someone tried to get a little busy with it.
Fuck a monkey.
That could be it too. Who knows? That's the classic joke: is someone stuck their wang inside a Jenga block that they shouldn't have knocked the tower over.
Fucked up our whole social towers.
Yeah. So
Hygiene. There we go. That's the word.
Hygiene. Yeah, exactly. So STDs are scary, definitely, because the other answer doesn't make sense. It's like, which came first, the chicken or the egg? It's like, I get an STD from having sex with someone who has an STD. Well, how did they get it? Well, how did they get it? Well, how did they get it? How did they get it? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Where do you trace that shit to?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at. So I think it's probably just dirty genitalia upon dirty jennies inside of other dirty jennies.
Totally.
Or you're fucking a monkey.
Or I'll get your jennies pretty dirty.
That's definitely not a clean place.
Yeah,
they ain't got no soap.
I imagine like brothels in the 1400s.
Right.
Were pretty fucking filthy. You could end up just catching bacteria from something that was brewing.
Just brewing.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean,
yeah, strange.
Yeah.
Chicken or the egg type shit.
Totally.
Either way, it's gross.
Very gross. Very gross.
So get that hygiene going, y'all. Use that soap. For the love of God, use some soap. Man. But yeah, I guess we're talking about, back in middle school, or I did that again, high school, college time. I was more for the clean shave, more for the traditional down there.
Right.
But now I'm leaning towards the bush.
Okay.
I'm leaning towards like a very tamed bush. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Not a fucking jungle.
What's your
not a safari.
What's your logic there?
I don't know. I think maybe it's a change of aesthetic because I've been doing that for a while. So I was like, I'm gonna change it up a little bit. I'm gonna leave some of this down there. And I was like, okay, it looks all right. It looks all right. And I think it might be more masculine, as far as the perception from the woman's perspective.
That's what I was saying. I got preference recommendation.
Yes,
that was where it was coming from. This is more masculine.
I think so too. Yeah. I've heard the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, because it's like you're prepubescent otherwise, or it feels like that.
Michael Phelps.
But if you're Michael Phelps,
Totally.
Michael Phelps.
That's why I go for the taper fade.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an aesthetic, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there's something to be said for like fucking big burly man, big fucking bush. I think that's hot on some level, but I totally get it.
I think the beard does the same type of thing, right?
Right? Yeah, for sure. Because you see,
kids ain't growing beards.
Nah.
And if a kid is growing a beard, you're manly.
Yeah, right. That kid's getting laid. I'm just kidding. But I've seen the videos on Instagram where the dad shaves his beard, and then the wife's like, "What the fuck did you do?" It's like, "Oh my god, you look like a child."
Yeah, right. It's one of the first thoughts.
Yeah, or like I've seen like a dad reveals his beard shave to the baby, and the baby just starts crying.
No.
Yeah, like it's like upsetting. I think it's like
that's a big jarring change of perception for the baby.
It fucks with their mental image.
Like, who is this?
Right. It's like you feel like dad, but you're a stranger.
Yeah. I don't know this facial recognition. Like,
totally.
I'm not going to open for you. Like if I'm your iPhone,
Just sidebar, complete sidebar.
Sidebars.
Demi fucking loves my beard.
Baby Dams.
My little baby loves my beard. But lately, last night, she was just grabbing and fucking I had to be like, yo, chill. Like,
She's getting aggressive.
yeah, she was mad at one point. She was like upset. I was like fixing something. She like wanted the bottle, and I was like fixing it, and she just grabbed my beard and was like, bitch. I was like, yo, on one hand, I'm proud of you for having that much agency. You're like, help me out. Like, you're like grabbing me to help you. That's cool.
Expression.
Totally. On the other hand, chill out, yo. Like, that hurts. I don't think she knows, you know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely not.
No, I never get mad at the baby, but I was kind of like processing all that. I was like, because like, and then sometimes like when she was like falling asleep, like the last 15 seconds left, she just like reached up and like touched my beard. I was like, okay. And like fell asleep. And I was like, that's crazy, bro.
Comforting.
Yeah, you're like, he's here. I'm gonna close my eyes, but I know he's here because like I'm gonna touch the beard. I was like, she's crazy. She also made a crazy catch last night.
Really?
Yeah. She was like, I think she was looking up at the sky, looking at me, and like getting kind of fussy because it was like she was like crying like on her last stand. You know, she's like
fighting the sleep demon.
Yeah, she's out there. Bah, you're not gonna take me, sleep demon.
Fuck you, Sandman.
Yeah, it's like I feel bad for like my neighbors maybe on that like that 5-minute period where she's like fighting the Sandman, and then she's holding this like chew. I don't want to call it a chew toy because that's what dogs use, but it's teething toy.
Okay.
And she's holding it in her right hand, and then she like kind of fumbles it, and it rolls across. And she's looking at me, and it's rolling, and she just pops out the left hand and catches that thing. But she like kind of catches it, and then with her head was dragging, and I saw her catch it and then confirm the catch with her eyes. And I was like, "What the fuck we talking about? What the fuck we talking about? That's a superstar." I'm pretty sure I picked her up. I was like,
"That's a baby top 10 right there,
for real.
That's a newborn top 10."
Anytime she does something cracked, I'm always like, "Baby, good down." Yeah.
Positive reinforcement.
Totally. The other crack thing she does is like, she'll look at me and she'll be like, yeah. And then she's like, do it. And I'll be like, and then sometimes immediately she goes, like just straight up mirrors it, like the same cadence and everything. Yeah, and then I'm like, that's a good job. That's a good job. Because it's like, that's crazy she can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, that's baby talk.
Baby talk.
Wanted to tell you about that crazy catch she made. But then also the beard thing.
Yeah.
But I'm not quite done talking about pubes, so now.
All right, back in pube talk.
Push that over there. Do not consort those two ideas.
Not at all. Separate ideas here. Segue.
Well, actually, but yeah, right now they're separate. they cross somewhere.
We can connect those dots.
But the problem is I definitely want to, when I do it, it'd just be easier for me to just like shave it all the way down clean.
It's much simpler.
Much simpler, bro.
Yeah, it's just it's like getting a haircut. It's like instead of like the nuance of like a taper fade, where do I start the fade? How do I blend it? How do I do all this? Like fucking buzz cut, dog. Just take it all.
Totally, dude. That's where I'd like to live personally. But I think there is like a unattractive level to it.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, it depends on the person for sure.
Yeah, totally.
For sure. But would you ever get waxed?
I think about waxing my beehole sometimes.
Whoa.
I can't shave that.
I never have. Have you ever waxed anything?
Yeah. I've had my T-zone wax before.
I remember above your eyebrows?
Yeah.
Around your eyebrows?
Around my eyebrows and like the
unibrow?
Anthony Davis.
The Davis?
Yeah. Yeah. Just like, really just for fun. You know what I'm saying? Not because like I needed it or anything like that.
You went to a spa?
No, just at home.
Oh.
Yeah, totally.
DIY?
Yeah. Like I didn't do it, but like my partner at the time did.
Okay, just like a little bit of hot wax, or how was it?
Yeah.
Was it painful?
Like the little pot where the girls will like melt the thing and put it on.
Popsicle stick?
Yeah, totally. Mm-hmm. Totally. It was like, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't cry or anything like that. It wasn't like a Brazilian, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. What's the difference?
I think a Brazilian's like a strip that you put on.
Okay.
And then you like, that shit's like Velcro. And then you're like, I think that hurts a lot more.
Yeah, like Steve Carell, 40-year-old virgin.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas like the wax, you do it and you let it dry, and then you like, I think it's more like a glue stick versus like, duct tape.
Ooh.
I think that's a good comparison.
Yeah, like Scotch tape versus duct tape.
Yeah, totally.
That's gonna get there.
Totally. But I got a pop like when I went to work the next few days. People were like, "Yo, looking good." And I'm like, really? Like, I didn't even fucking. Can you even tell a difference? It was like a subtle aesthetic change.
Super subtle with the eyebrows.
All the girls noticed though.
Yeah, girls are definitely way more eyebrow focused than men.
It's crazy. It was crazy. They kind of fucked me up when all the girls were like, "Did you fucking
get your brows done?
God damn, looking good."
I guess the brows are important, though.
And I was like, oh, my Drizzy Drake for a moment.
Slay.
Yeah.
As the kids would say nowadays.
Yeah, totally.
It's cool. Quick little another sidebar. It's cool having like a kid who's in that age bracket, like the Gen Alpha, whatever they are now, the 11 to 13-year-olds, somewhere in that ballpark. She's a preteen, so like I get the slang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
Slay's
you get,
a thing.
like, first-hand slang.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, a whole bunch of. It's crazy how that works. You know, we were saying like whenever we were coming up, it's like dude and dope and beast and a couple other words that were kind of not really popularized in the early 90s are now we came up on them. You
would think dude wasn't that like, but it was. I remember your mom be like, come on, dude. And it was like funny, you know what I'm saying? She was like kind of making fun of the way we talk.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious.
Yeah, now it's like skibbity and fucking what are the other ones?
I don't even know what that is, dude.
I don't know either.
Damn.
I think it's a character I think it's a YouTuber. Like Skibbity Toilet is a fucking thing. I have no idea what it is.
I feel old right now.
I saw a Skibbity Toilet toy in HEB. I was like, what the fuck is this? Who are you?
What the fuck?
How did this... Yeah, Skibbity's a thing. Slay is a big one nowadays. What else are the kids saying now? I've seen a couple different funny things.
For the plot.
Yeah, that's another expression.
I like that one.
There was I think I've seen a couple different pictures of like classrooms of like forbidden words or like words that the teachers didn't want y'all to say anymore because it's annoying as shit. Sigma is another one.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I've seen a bunch.
Diddy party.
Yeah, Diddy went off. Dude, I was playing Call of Duty when all that happened, and it was like everybody's fucking name was Diddy something.
Really?
So many. I was just like kind of tripped out by it.
Really?
I never really changed my gamer tag.
Yeah.
There's so many, bro. Yeah, it was really popular. Anytime I see an AI post on Instagram, and I'll just go to the comments sometimes on posts, and it's just like, not this time, Diddy. Not this time, Diddy.
Nice try, Diddy.
Nice try, Diddy. There it is.
Yeah, I see a whole bunch of that. What is that referring to?
I think that what they're saying is like, we know this is AI. But it took me forever to get to that thought. At first, I was like, "What the fuck? Like, you got hacked. You got spammed."
Yeah, you just a bunch of spam bots.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it's. I don't know. I'm gonna ChatGPT that shit because I'm just rolling off my own assumptions.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you.
Are we? How long are we going for? God damn it, bro.
We're like in an hour. We're over an hour in now.
I don't want to stop.
Yeah.
My internal shot clock was going.
Never want to stop.
I'm getting low.
We can go for years.
Totally. We can talk about something else besides pews for a little bit.
Yeah, that reminds me. I think there was something we talked about earlier.
Oh, a little typo on it.
Yeah,
I'd leave a little something down there. Yeah, I think that's the move.
Yeah,
I think I don't want to give you too many technique, but anything like
recommendations.
But I would clear down the low hanging fruit. I would get that pretty spotless for the most part.
Yeah,
and then I'd leave a little something to be desired up top.
Yeah, I think it's a solid look. It's a good aesthetic.
Yeah, totally. I think that's the move.
Yeah,
I think if you're too short, you could end up ruining a moment. Too long, you could end up ruining a moment. You don't want to. One time I got out of the shower. Okay. Dried myself off, bro.
Yeah.
I was experimenting with just being more of a naked person at the time.
Okay.
There's people
just walking around the apartment.
Yeah. There's people that sleep naked. There's people, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. There's on Friends. You remember Naked Guy?
No.
Like looking through there's Naked Guy.
Peeping Tom?
No, like
reverse Peeping Tom.
Well, it's like the Friends had a neighbor across the way, and he was just always naked. Okay. So sometimes like he'd be doing something crazy, and they'd be like, "Naked guy's making bananas." Or banana making bananas. You don't make bananas. Another fuck up. I'm sorry. 2 strikes.
Growing bananas.
Yeah.
Making banana bread.
Yeah. He'd be doing something, making a milkshake.
He's playing DDR.
Yeah, there it is. That guy's playing DDR, yeah. And like Joey and Chandler would run over there and be like, "No way." So I was naked phase, whatever. Look in the mirror, and I could swear to you. Do you know what the box with the spirals and the Da Vinci Code? What's it called? The Fibonacci sequence.
Yeah.
I swear my pubes looked like the Fibonacci sequence. I looked and I was like, you could call me a lot of things right now. Crazy, high, tired.
Okay.
I swear to you, I got a little Fibonacci sequence going on down there. And I was like, what if there's something to that? Maybe that was like the idea of the pube, was to be some side of like, because it's like life comes from the dick.
100% from the balls.
Right there.
Right there.
And then the piece of aesthetic that we were given to go along with this giver of life, from the giver of life himself, it just was the fib. Maybe it was the towel work. You ever like do the towel and your hair is perfect after you hit the towel on it?
Yeah.
You're like, how do I keep this? And I was just like sitting there for a second like, how do I keep it this length? I think too short, I'm not getting Fibonacci. Too long, I'm getting too much Nachi, not enough Fib. How do I keep it right here? And I never thought about that again until right now.
Struck a perfect balance of Fib and the Nachi. It was the Feng and the Shui.
It was right there, dog.
That was Shuiing.
I looked at that pit of pubes and I saw God for a second. I was like, you know what? This was the creation of man.
This is the burning bush. I mean, like it was like a I'm trying to imagine this. I'm trying to follow you. It's like a string of pube. Like you shaved everything that was excess, and it was like a spiral, or it was like just like the way that the wind blew the leaves and the way the fucking stalks were moving.
I hadn't gotten a fresh cut.
Okay,
but it hadn't been too long either.
Okay,
so it was like a nice mid plus.
Got it.
And I think it was the way the
like
wind was blowing.
Spiral motion of the towel.
Totally. But it was also like the water, because it was still like a little wet.
Okay.
So that was part of it too, was like impacting the texture of what we were looking at.
Yeah.
And I just saw like the Fibonacci sequence. It was like boop. I'm trying to think of what it looks like in your mind. Like obviously it wasn't like I had 4 different sections. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like a Fibonacci sequence. I'm pretty sure it's just like it starts with like a central point, and then it slowly starts to spiral out. And like as the spiral goes out, it gets wider and wider. Like by a certain, it's like 1 + 2 is 3, and then 3 + 2 is 5, and then 5 + 3 is 8, and you know, so like 8 + 5 is 13. So like it increases incrementally or like exponentially.
Could you imagine right now for a second if we traveled to France?
Okay, bonjour.
Croissant.
We
go into the Louvre.
There.
You see the Sistine Chapel?
I think that one's in Italy.
All right.
Mona Lisa?
Sure. And you look at the Mona Lisa and you're like, I get it. I looked in the mirror. That's the Fibonacci sequence.
Mona Lisa.
Like a revelation moment. I can't really explain it more than that.
Like a bloomed flower.
Yes. Totally. That's what I was just like.
Life.
Was that the design?
The design.
It's all a design.
The perfect design.
Totally. I been chasing it ever since.
Hilarious. It's hilarious.
It was. I felt.
How old are you when this happened?
24.
Dang, it's been like almost.
I was living
7-8 years.
I was living with my sister. Pause. I wasn't walking around naked around the park while my sister was there.
Okay.
We had like alternating schedules. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect.
But I was like very alone, very single, like running a lot. I like the look of my body. I like the shape of me. So there was times when what'd you say?
Ed Sheeran.
Yeah. I was into that. And so, but that's another thing is I had been really working on my body. You know what I'm saying? So like I was looking at like myself and I'm like, yo, you're like getting there, dog. Like,
and that's like the central point of your human too. You know what I'm saying? From foot to head, it's like right in the middle.
Right. And so like there was something happening. Like I was getting my life together.
The proportions were perfect.
Right. Like the legs were a little bigger, the chest was a little bigger, the waist I came down. I had a nice like natural V from doing lower abs. Mm-hmm. Like I was like getting there, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, this is really well put together. And then I like eyes kept going down. I was like,
this. I started crying. This is odd. This is odd.
This is my version of David.
Yeah, this is what Da Vinci would cry for this.
Total. I had a moment.
That's so funny.
I think I went to my computer and was like, did some research on the Fibonacci sequence that night.
Yeah.
And was like, dude, I don't know what it was, but I could swear that I just put this in a TV show.
Saw perfection. Kind of glimpse.
It was the perfect length. It was everything in that moment. In that moment in life, I was where I was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. I had done good work, and everything was blossoming and blooming.
It's a good painting.
Totally. So I think that's what you're looking for when you do your landscaping. You're trying to find your internal Fibonacci sequence.
I love that. It's beautiful, man. It's fucking beautiful. It's art.
I'd love to go to France. Speaking of going to the Louvre, that's one of my life goals.
I want to go to France. I want to go to Italy. I want to go to see the Colosseums in Rome. And those are definitely like top 3. I want to do those things for sure. Those are big time bucket list items. 100%. No debates. Got to go do that European shit.
If I had to go to one place, like they were like, all right, you're going to die, but we're going to fund a vacation for you because sucks that you're going to die. Where do you want to go? I'd be like, I want to go see the Louvre. It's just like too much valuable art is there. Like, I think it would fuck you up.
Hmm.
And I don't even know if you could take it all in at one time because we only have so much bandwidth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think you could probably go to Italy and find the same thing. But there's just some shit I want to see. Like, I really want to see the statue of David. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think it's in Italy.
Ah, fuck.
I'm pretty sure.
I could swear.
Yeah, look it up.
Yeah, totally. Just because where?
Just ask the internet. I want to say it's in Italy. I'm pretty sure.
Florence, Italy. God damn it, bro.
Gotta go to Italy, bro. We gotta go see a Sistine Chapel.
I just
Gotta go see the
changed my-
Vatican.
You just change an axiom. Because the Vatican's the other answer.
Yeah.
For like most valuable art, unbelievable amount of
Crazy, awe-inspiring shit.
Totally. What I think there's a lot of Rembrandt in the Louvre, and I fuck with him a lot. I loved art history. That was probably one of my favorite. Well, I took it in high school, but it was definitely my favorite high school class I took. Art history goes hard. What are the coolest pieces of? You think Italy's your number one?
It's got to be up there. I think, yeah. If I had to guess, I'm pretty sure Italy would be my number one.
Totally.
See the Vatican, Sistine Chapel. Go see David. Because I remember, I took a art. It was in college. I'm pretty sure it was called art appreciation, maybe. But it was like an art history, art appreciation class. And we were just going through statues, going through paintings, whatever, talking about different styles of painting, how like the cultural times influenced the artists and like pop culture at the time, whatever. And I remember seeing the statue of David, and it just struck something in me. Like just a picture of the statue of David, I was like, that's my favorite piece of art.
Yeah,
that I've ever seen. And I've seen a whole bunch now that I'm in this class. Like, that's what we're doing is like going through all the artists and all the different kind of art.
Yeah.
I just remember seeing it and being like, whoa, that's hard. That's that shit.
I agree. It's in my top 5 for sure. Dude, I might be a fraud, to be honest. Look at the top 10 like coolest paintings, and the number one's Mona Lisa. Of course. I don't know the other 9. I don't really want to see the Mona Lisa.
Okay, so you looked up top 10 most popular paintings in the Louvre?
I said, what are the coolest pieces of art in the Louvre? You had a better question than me.
Still, it's probably the same answer.
Probably, yeah. It says these are some of the coolest and most iconic works of art.
Yeah, there we go.
Number 2 is the Winged Victory of Samothrace. A stunning
never heard of it.
Hellenistic sculpture of Nike, the goddess of victory.
Ooh, I bet that's probably fucking dope.
Yeah, but I mean, I agree with you. I just don't even know. Like, I can't be like, well, I want to go see this and this and this.
Yeah,
like,
no, Mona Lisa is the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
Venus de Milo, an ancient Greek statue of Aphrodite. Liberty Leading the People by Eugene Delacroix, a powerful symbol of revolution with a bare-breasted woman leading a charge through a chaos of battle. Coronation of Napoleon. The Raft of Medusa. The Lace Maker by Vermeer.
Never heard of any of these.
Code of Hammerby. The Great Sphinx of Tanis. It's from Egypt. Gabrielle de Estris and one of her sisters. Got me fucked up, dude.
I couldn't name a single one of those, or couldn't like match it to the actual art itself.
I really rock with Rembrandt. I remember a lot of his shit I thought was really dope. Like, there's like, he does a lot of biblical stuff too. So like the Good Samaritan, I definitely wanted to see that. Philosopher in Meditation. Bathsheba at her bath is maybe the most popular. It's Bathsheba as she contemplates a letter from King David. It's celebrated for its intimate portrayal. But he just goes hard, dude. My favorite Rembrandt is the one where they're in a boat and then the storm's hitting. And I can't remember exactly what part of the Bible it's from. But he also has one where I think it's Thomas goes out on the water and he starts to sink. And then it's like, Jesus is like, not sad, but it's like the facial expressions were crazy. And everything was really deep too. Like as far as like who was there and how they looked and where the light was hitting and like where they were positioned.
Super representative, symbolic.
Totally. But yeah, we can do Italy. Fuck it.
I think Italy's probably my number one.
I don't know if there's a lot of cool stuff to do in France other than eat croissants and smoke cigarettes and go to the Louvre.
Drink coffee.
Yeah, totally. Be an asshole. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, French people.
I've heard that.
Yeah, totally. I heard they don't like Americans for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably like, I think Hawaiians are probably in the same sort of vein. Or like, they are Americans technically.
I was like, assholes?
But like, yeah, I think they're assholes. Or like, I think they are annoyed by the amount of tourists that go and see their home.
Right.
You know, like, get the fuck out of here.
Totally.
Fucking tourists.
Give me your money.
Fucking posers.
Enjoy some McDonald's pussy.
Yeah.
Totally.
Right.
But I just, yeah. Well, fuck, dude. Yeah. Italy's cool.
Italy's the one, I think.
Colosseum's badass.
Yeah, that'd be tight.
Right.
The blood in the sand, bruh.
Joe Rogan was talking about he got no. Yeah, Joe Rogan did. He was talking about how he got a like an intimate tour of the Vatican where they were like showing like a lot of crazy shit and like explaining a lot of crazy shit, and he was just getting his mind fucked. And I think that I also heard, because he was talking about it with Russell Crowe, and Russell Crowe went, and they fuck with him heavy because of the Gladiator.
Yeah.
So like they were giving him like a behind the scenes tour of stuff. And like, yeah, apparently the amount of stuff that's in the Vatican's like insane. Like it doesn't even make sense how you guys got so
crazy
much.
records and books and art or whatever.
Like some of the most valuable shit in the world is stored at the Vatican.
The Vatican.
Yeah. How do you value?
It's like a church, right?
Yeah, they're like their own city. Like
it's like a museum, church.
Yes.
Building.
Yeah, I think the Vatican is representative of like the community as a whole, and then in the center is a church where like literally the Pope and the Pope's people like operate their religion. I'm not sure what they do. Catholicism, but then also it's a grand library and also a museum, and all of that like all in one. Like a
trippy, dude.
Remember the Da Vinci Code?
Yeah,
yeah. I think that's in the Vatican.
I'm pretty sure that's where a lot of that takes place.
Yeah.
With Tom Hanks and shit.
My parents were reading those books on audiobooks.
Really?
When I was a kid. So I remember like it was crazy when the movie came out. Put a visual on all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Da Vinci Code. It's like probably similar to I have a similar reference point to that in my mind of like National Treasure. Like the idea of like hidden secret coded messages in like some of our craziest art.
Yeah, totally.
It's cool to think about.
Yeah, it's like the same thing almost.
Yeah, right.
It's crazy.
It's fucking badass.
Man, I was playing Fable last night, and I crossed...
Throwback.
Dude, oh my gosh. Such a throwback.
One of the goats.
Yeah. It's cool playing it as an adult because I can fly through shit. It took me like forever as a kid. And I also explored like everything. So like I probably spent like 30 to 40 hours playing it as a kid, whereas like I beat the game in like 10 hours and got all the dopest shit and just like flew through it. It's cool. It's like revisiting a book, you know? But then I got to a point where... So when I played it as a kid, like you get to the end of the game. But then they released like a DLC for the game. And I remember I had bought one of the DLCs for the game. But I didn't get to play that the first time I played it through. So I played through Fable like maybe 3 or 4 or 5 times. But I only played the DLC once. And then I'm playing, it's called TLC. It's the Lost Chapters. And so it has all the DLC put into the original game for you.
Tight.
Right. And it's super cheap because the game's so old. It was like $15. I bought it so long ago, it just stays in my Steam library too. So I like beat the game, and then like more stuff was happening, and I was like, "Yo, holy shit! This just became novel. Like I don't remember this at all."
Nice.
And then like the basically what was happening is that in the North, an undead threat to the entire world was coming down south. And you needed to like go get the Heart of Fire, and it would take you to the north, and then you would be able to deal with the threat. And I'm like, when the fuck did this come out, dude? Like it was eerie similar, like some of the wording and stuff like that to like Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, yeah. First thought I had.
Yeah, it was like the way it said it was like there's a threat coming from the north, a threat that could tear down everything that we know. This is more important than anything that you're doing. All the wars you're fighting are pointless compared to this threat from the north that's coming. Like you need to go like deal with this. But first you're gonna have to go get the fire before you can go into the ice. And I was just like, what? George R.R.?
George,
what's happening here?
My dog.
And when did the first book come out?
I'm pretty sure I looked this up recently, relatively. It was in the 90s for sure. It was like 96 or some shit, 98 maybe.
Okay, I think those guys were influenced by that.
Probably.
But it wasn't blown up so big. It might have been a more niche reference back then.
It was very niche back then. It was like 96 or 98 was the first book. And then I think the most recent book that came out was the 5th one. And that came out in like 2008.
Good God, bro.
So probably like 12 years from 1 to 5. But it was very niche back then. Because, yeah, the show didn't come out until, what, like 2010 maybe? 2008?
Yeah, that's crazy. That was one thing I want to tell you. One other thing I want to tell you before we probably, I don't know, before you guys, last thoughts.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm watching Joe Rogan last night while I'm playing Fable.
Which one?
I'm watching the 2 British guys, most recent one.
Okay.
And there's a point where they're talking about Las Vegas, and then they're talking about how there's probably thousands of bodies buried in the desert. Motherfuckers that didn't pay back their loans.
Yeah, right. Mob ties.
Like they just recently found a body from like the 70s.
The kneecap list.
The kneecap list, bro. Yeah, totally. And my brain just went straight to, I just was like in my own mind, you know, dancing, creating, whatever. And I started thinking about a conversation I had with an old boss at a restaurant talking about, he's like, have you seen Casino? And I'm like,
With De Niro?
yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I've seen the movie. And it was cool with this guy because if you knew what he was talking about, it was like you were getting clout points all the time. So I was like excited. I'm like, yeah, I like that movie. And he's like, you know the scene with the blueberries and the muffin? And I'm like,
Not off the top of my head.
same thing. And he's like, well, okay, maybe you didn't see the movie then, pussy.
Fuck you.
I'm like, bro, I've seen the movie, bro. And then I'm like, no, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. He's like, nah, don't play with me. And I was like reliving that moment of like I had seen that movie, bro. Like once I realized the scene he was talking about, I could start describing. No, he's sitting down in the cafe, or they're in the back, and he's in a seat, and the other guy's standing up, and then he pulls apart the muffin. Like I fucking seen it, dog. And I was just like thinking about that.
Okay.
And then in the podcast, the guy's immediately like, have you seen the movie Casino? And I was just like, like mind blown, dog. I was like, how did I? Like I backed it up to see if there were any like
precursors
yes,
mentioning that.
Something that would have like taken me there and it took him there. But it was like call me crazy. But I feel like whatever stream of consciousness they were on, like I was in that same stream of consciousness with them in that moment.
Yeah.
So when he had the idea of like, have you seen Casino? My brain just like was in the same.
It's already there.
Yeah, I went there too. So like if I were the guy in the podcast, I might have said like, hey, have you guys seen Casino? And like he was just there, tapped into the stream of consciousness at the same time.
Yeah.
It was a mind fuck. And then like they just started talking about Casino for like a minute. And I was like just tripping, dude.
Yeah.
Like the psychedelic woo 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 woo.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I tapped into some kind of crazy psychedelic moment for real.
Yeah. Like it's weird. The thought space, whatever our mind is, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, y'all were on the same frequency of mind at that point.
We were, dude. Like, that's the only, I felt it. And then I'm like, let me make sure I'm not tripping. Let me rewind and see if there was any reason. Like, did someone say De Niro? Did someone like, you know what I'm saying?
Just talking about Vegas in general, I guess.
Yeah. The only.
But you were there.
The only maybe thing that they said was, yeah, that's the other thing. So many other Vegas thoughts could have populated in my mind. Mm-hmm. The only other thing they said was like, they take, someone talking too much to the press. And I don't know if that's what took my mind to Casino. Like, I'm like, in what sense would talking to the press be like a negative thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm being generous to the counter argument. That's all I can. But ultimately, I really truly think that like I was on the frequency with them, and where the conversation was going, I was just there with them. And the thing that just played in my head was our old boss asking me, have you ever seen Casino? And then I just like replayed that memory for a while. And then I got kind of pissed off thinking about how lame that is to like shit on someone when they're like, I know exactly, you can connect with me, bro. Like you were like, oh, I can't connect with you because now you're being disingenuous because now you just want me to like you because I'm the boss. I'm like, no. In the scene, he's like, pulls apart the muffin and he's like, okay, see how many blueberries are in this muffin? And then he like pulls apart another muffin and he's like, okay, see how many blueberries are in this muffin? Why are there so many more blueberries in this muffin than there are in this muffin? So like if I come and get a muffin, then I come back the next day to get a muffin, I'm expecting like a certain amount of blueberries and now they're not there anymore. It's like that's fucked up. Why? Who makes these fucking muffins? And he starts going off like saying like, I want the same number of fucking blueberries in every muffin, like going in. And then our old boss was saying like, sometimes I feel like that. Oh. You know what I'm saying?
What? In regards to like the food prep or what?
Yeah.
Consistency?
Yeah. He was expressing to me, he's like, I'm getting on their ass about consistency.
Okay.
Like, have you ever seen about like Casino? He's like, yeah. Sometimes when I'm telling him, I feel like that movie.
Okay.
That's kind of badass, right? That was most of our conversations.
Oh my God.
Have you ever seen this movie? I feel like that today.
Relate to me.
Totally. But
I did. I know what you're talking about.
Right. But regardless, my brain went here and his brain went there too. It was fucking weird, bro. Trippy.
Dude, that reminds me of that crazy dream I had the other night I was telling you about where like I was trying to find a parking spot, trying to back into a parking spot. It was raining super fucking heavy. Couldn't even see out of the rear view camera. Could barely see out of the windshield. And then I was trying to back into a spot and then like a Lowe's flatbed truck came in and dropped all of its fucking cargo, like its 2x4s and wood. And then we had to go around and then go into the side of the store, and then we walked into the basement. It was all flooded and shit. And then we started walking up the stairs, and like just that dream was so weird. It was like it was such Black Mirror vibes of fucking just eerie, creepy, thriller, suspenseful. Like oh shit, what's gonna happen? And I remember I had all of that energy in me, like while I was in the dream. And then I wake up. She gets the lady gets up and is about to go take the kid take her to school or like get her ready for school or whatever. And typically like sometimes I wake up when that happens and then I just like hit the head again and I'm sleeping. I'm passed out. And then but this time I was just like I felt so compelled to be like I just had a crazy dream. And like that's all I said to her. I was like, I just had a crazy dream. And then like she said that as soon as I said that, those words, I had a crazy dream, to her, she felt all of that suspense, eerie, creepy, thriller type energy like enter her matrix. So like I like passed that to her through our subconsciouses, or you know what I'm saying, like our wavelength of mental. Like I passed all of that, and she felt all of it, and all I said was I had a crazy dream. It could have been any type of crazy dream. It could have been like a roller coaster dream, or it could have been like a shoot 'em up dream, or like I'm playing a video game, or
You hit the lottery.
yeah, something like funny happened, or something like really really funny, like crazy happened. But it was like just very apparently like that creepy, eerie energy that I was feeling. I transferred all of that through our subconscious, and she felt all of it. She's like, I don't know why, but whenever you said that you had a crazy dream, I felt like kind of scared.
That's so weird.
So
bro.
weird.
What is that?
The mental space is beyond us, dog.
It is.
It's beyond us,
It
dog.
is, bro.
We got brains,
Dog.
and minds.
Man, I don't want to jump around too much for it. I was in traffic today. Not even in traffic. I was just driving, dog.
Yeah.
This guy 2 lanes over. I just like, for no reason, look over at this guy, and he just looks right back at me. Like, what the fuck? That tripped me out, dog. Like, he felt me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I took away. Like, I don't know, man. There's just times where you like, I'm not saying telepathy is real, but
Might be.
dude, like, there's times where I'm so tapped in. I know, like, I'm like making recommendations to guess, and then I'm like, let me keep making recommendations because like I'm tapping into something else. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel like that was something going on with you guys? Like, there's like a telepathy space. Like, you guys somehow have some kind of channel to each other. Like, you were just like past those feelings through your telepathy. Fucking vibes. I don't know what it is.
Something like that for sure.
Something, right?
There's some connectedness that we have, you know, with like your most intimate group of people that you share the most time with and like share your thought space with.
Totally.
It's like we can like feel it. Like sometimes twins can like feel when the other twin is in distress, you know, type shit.
Yeah.
It's like they could just, there's something going on there beyond our mental capacity that we can like, we all think and we all have thoughts, and like all those thoughts are occurring in our mind, whatever the fuck the mind is. We don't even really know what that is quite yet.
Totally.
But like we think the mind is just like at least I conceptualize the mind as a place where like the thoughts happen, and you could like close your eyes and imagine a beach, and it's like, where's that beach? It's in your mind. You know what I'm saying? But like that, it seems like a small thing that I'm just connected to, but I think it broadens out to like this the thing that we're all connected to. We all have minds, and we're all connected to the same hive mind, and we're all sharing thoughts and sharing feelings through that thing. And I guess maybe with the people that you share the most time with, when you're most intimately connected with, you can talk and communicate on a different level. That is just like any stranger, you could like try to get your point across, try to express whatever you're trying to express. But like with your brothers and your family, it's like you might have a different level of connection there that extends beyond just like words. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes, I do. It's weird, bro. I saw this super deep conspiracy theory IG page post. They were deep.
Okay.
Talking about how words, like maybe we were never supposed to use words. Words are like spells that bind us to our body.
There's spells. I've seen that kind of type of shit. You know
what I'm saying? And then they say like how, like government, like they go crazy. But the takeaway that I legitimately thought that this guy was like, yeah, we're not even supposed to use words. Like, words slows us down. It brings us into like this frequency where like we have to determine vocal cords and like understand and perceive. It's like we were supposed to just talk with our minds. It's like we got convinced to use words. And I was like, I don't know, man. There's times where I feel like maybe if we all just didn't talk, if we had to communicate with like our sense of feel and touch, like sometimes I just know what you're going to say before you say it. I don't know if it's just because like a predictability, AI generating, like I'm around you so much.
Pattern recognition.
Right. But there's other times where I think I just feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Like I know where you're going to go with something. And then I like pause and then you go there and I'm like, it's so funny to me. And I don't know, man.
That happened in one of her dreams actually the other day. Now that you mentioned it, like she was like she had a dream. Maybe it was 2 nights ago. Yeah, it was like 2 nights ago maybe. And she was like, "Yeah, I had a weird dream, and in our dream we like adopted like a little like African baby, or like and then like in the dream you're like, oh, like a little brown sugar baby." I'm like, baby, you can't say that. And I was like, that is so something I would say. You know what I'm saying? If I adopted an African child. It was like, it's funny that your mental perception of me like knew what I would say, like knew the joke that I would make. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I do too sometimes.
So
dude.
weird.
I don't know. Maybe it's a Seinfeld energy you have. Like you've always been like a comic relief in your spirit. So like maybe that's why we're like anticipatory. We're like, what's just gonna say?
What's the joke he's gonna say?
Yeah, totally. Like you're just good at identifying the joke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we can identify you identifying the joke. I don't know.
Yeah, it was like I just thought it was trippy that like her dream representation of me was like, because like I didn't make that joke, she made that joke. You know what I'm saying? In her dream, but it was like through the lens of my mouth and my character. And I was like, that's so weird. Like, that's so strange.
That's a mind fuck, dude. That's a mind fuck. No pubes. That's crazy, bro.
Small bush.
Straight mind.
Little bush.
George W.
Shrub. Oh, man.
But yeah, I don't got nothing else for the people.
Yeah, no, we could pot till the end of eternity, but fucking love you all.
So much.
Read into your dreams. I guess one thing I want to attach it onto like the dream talk that I've been talking about. Is that I think we have access. I remember hearing about this on Joe Rogan, but like whenever you smoke, because we used to, you know, have some vitamins, you know, have some growing out of the ground fun times, and get into that mental place. But like but we cut it out for Lent, so Lent's been going on since March 5th, so it's been like almost a month of no smoking at all, sober March type shit.
Hell yeah!
And whenever I've done this times in the past where I take a break from smoking, and then whenever I do so, it takes a couple days, maybe a week to get acclimated to like the brain waves. But whenever you do smoke, I've heard on Joe Rogan from a guy like a sleep expert that if you do, I think it might be alcohol as well, alcohol and weed, whatever mental stimulants that you use, it could hinder your ability to fall into the deepest like brainwave of sleep. And in those deepest brainwaves of sleep is where you have like the craziest, most vivid, lucid dreams. And since we've cut that break off, like this whole month, I've been having like those crazy dreams where it's like I'm there, and like I know that I'm there, and I know that I'm dreaming. I don't have control of the dream, like a full lucid dream where I could like fucking
same
just fucking take flight. But like there's multiple points where I'm like, oh, I'm dreaming right now. This isn't conscious life. This is still real, but it's not conscious reality. It's not what I deem to be real. But it is happening, and I'm fucking interpreting it, and I'm here right now, and this is happening.
Yeah, real
it doesn't make any sense exactly, but it's definitely happening, and I'm able to interpret it. But I feel that dream place, and I think that place is real as fuck. And our mental, kind of what we were talking about a little bit earlier, was like our mental, our mind. We don't even know what that is, bro. We don't even know what that is to the fullest extent, and I don't think we ever will. Like until we die, and we get all the information revealed to us,
totally,
and how this conscious, unconscious, subconscious mind, brain thing works.
Totally,
but like that place is real. If y'all want to get some crazy dreams, get a good night's sleep, and don't smoke. Don't drink. You'll have some crazy dreams.
It's like going to Six Flags, but it's like your own conscious.
Every night I'm going to sleep, I'm like, where am I going to go tonight?
Yeah, seriously. It's insane, bro.
Where am I going to go this evening?
Insane. Yeah, I literally was in a dream like, this is not life. Like I couldn't figure out I'm dreaming. I was like, this is not real life. Did you guys dose me with LSD? Like, I think someone dosed me because this is not what...
I'm tripping right now.
I am tripping. Like, things are... Like, I'm seeing this, but I think it means this. I don't think I'm really seeing this. And I'm in... That's exactly what a dream is. Yeah. And, like, I'm processing that in the dream. I'm like, this is a representation of something else, but it's not the reality of what it is. Yeah. What the fuck, dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, crazy, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Take care of those mentals.
Yeah,
dream big. Dream big, baby.
The biggest dream.
Biggest dreams. Share it with a friend. Like, comment, subscribe. We love y'all. See you when the pillow flips over. You got this. Be that protagonist. You can win. I'm rooting for you. We're pulling for you. We'll see you on the other side.
Hell yeah.
Love y'all.
Love y'all.
Peace.
Bye.
Rolling through the city to the light show. Really ain't no telling where we might